So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. My mic sounds nice. Hey, what's really good? It's your girl LaTangela, and thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me for another episode of the LaTangela Show. Well, we'll chit about this, we'll chat about that, a lot of random research, did you know, news brief, and the inside scoop. A lot of things are making headline news, and if I read it, I gotta tell it to somebody, and I might as well tell it to you, right? Right. Of course, I want you to join the conversation. All of my links are posted at latangela.com. And you know, throughout this conversation, the Twitter alert, it's always interactive. Within 140 characters or less, we can speak our minds. And look, speaking our minds, I had the opportunity this week to speak to some brilliant young leaders. Now, it's a summer youth enrichment program through the Bridge Agency. And these graduating seniors and incoming seniors for the class of 2020-2021, they brought so many different things to light for me. I said, you know what? These kids are brilliant. We just can't express that enough. And I just want to say thank you to all of the students who are being so aware of their surroundings, aware of topics that's not only entertainment driven, but socially driven. You know, right now the world is in this great fight against injustice, and people are banding together for that. And we have some did you know news briefs on the brinks of that. But on top of it, you know, we really see that people are paying attention, people are caring, and they want to be a part of the process. You gotta love it. And you know, in the mix with everything else, COVID-19, it's still an issue. Like, it never went away. We talk about this every week. But wow, these numbers, we are noticing a major spike right here in Louisiana. How does it look in your area? How is it looking? Like, are you the only one that's wearing a mask when you go out? Because sometimes I'll go to the store for my emergency runs, and people are looking at me like I'm crazy for wearing a mask. I'm looking at them crazy for not having a mask on, especially with these numbers spiking the way that they are. Now, of course, Governor John Bel Edwards, he stated last week that we're going to remain in phase 2, and that's for at least the next month. Phase 2, and some stern warnings. Now, when you say phase 2, I'm sitting here going through the news. Louisiana ranks 7th out of 23 states across the country that's experiencing an increase in COVID-19 positive cases as of earlier last week. Now, those includes our neighboring states, Texas, you're not off the hook, Arkansas, Alabama, Florida, and Georgia also top that list. Now, businesses and faith leaders, they can visit this site called opensafely.la.gov to see if you're in compliance with opening your business, your establishment, your faith-based organization safely. Are you still practicing social distancing? Because it's still a thing. And I know 4th of July is coming up. Everybody got plans. Everybody want to go to their backyard barbecue. What? I will see you on Zoom or FaceTime. It might even be one of those microwave dinners this 4th of July for me. I'm not quite sure, but we need to figure this out. I want you to log on, get some of these updates, and join that conversation at cdc.gov. Being aware, but also being proactive, it is definitely important. You know, sitting here going through some of the headline news, we're still trying to figure it out. Rhode Island is making headline news, and I want to say, look, I had the opportunity to visit a couple of times on business. One of the most beautiful places I've ever been. I loved it. I went and took these field trips and tours of the churches and the cathedrals. And now Rhode Island's formal name is the state of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. Did you know that? I did not know that. But now there's a move to change that. With so many people united saying that, look, we need to change some of this injustice and some of these things that are just constant reminders. Well, now they're saying changing the name of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations is a part of the change that we are demanding. According to CNN, Rhode Island governor has signed an executive order last week that could possibly change the state's official name to exclude a portion that ties it to slavery. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. With all of these statues coming down, with all of these buildings and schools and establishments being renamed, is this something that is a step forward? Some say it has been a waste of time. Some say that it really doesn't make a difference. What do you say? Hit me up on the Twitter alert at LaTangela Faye. And of course, all of my links are posted at LaTangela.com. I'm really curious to hear from you on that one. All of these other things that's taking place this weekend, it is National HIV Testing Day. I got the details coming up for you. Had the opportunity to sit on the panel for the 7th annual Red Wig Walk. Now, that was a virtual spin this year due to COVID-19. The pandemic shut us down. We didn't get the chance to do our second line, but it was still amazing. Shout out to Miss Shirley Lawless. Thank you so much to Carrie and to the team, the entire team and the panel over at Metro. They're always in the capital city making a difference, and I have the inside scoop for you. If you are looking to get tested, know your stats and break those stigmas. Now, sometimes we're a part of a conversation and we're blackballed out of the conversation because you like to agree with the unpopular answer. How many of these unpopular surveys really work in your favor? When it comes to pointless opinions, sometimes I have a pointless opinion or two, but it means something to me. So if it means something to me, it matters to me. But when I'm digging deep, they say that there's a bunch of controversy going on and some random research. How many of these do you agree with? Cold weather is better than warm weather. Agree or disagree? 37% say they agree. Now, are we mad at the other percent for not feeling that way? Because sometimes we just get in our feelings. But I tell you this, it could be better, but don't touch my thermostat. End all of the discussion. The show Friends is overrated. Okay, I'm a part of the 37% that agrees with that. But it may be your favorite show. However, they missed me with the entire series. It's cool. Tomatoes are bad and ruin sandwiches. Is that an opinion or just a personal preference? Like, who gets paid to do this type of random research? To me, I'm not fond of a tomato on my sandwich, but that's me. Now, agreeing with that doesn't mean that it's a pointless conversation or not. It's just, it's not for me. Okay, so also making that list, putting a period at the end of a text makes it more aggressive. 51% agree with that. I say putting a period at the end is correct punctuation most of the times, you know, like, it doesn't make it aggressive. It probably completes the statement. I mean, really? So now you feel as people are being too aggressive if they add a period at the end of a sentence in a text message? My unpopular look on this is you're just being sensitive. And don't let that email come across in all caps either. You're being too sensitive. Random research, if I read it, I got to tell it. Now this is one I can definitely agree with 98% of the time. Making the bed is a pointless chore. Now 48% agree with that. Normally before you leave for work, I'm all for it. But now with this quarantine and chill and we're working from home, I'm gonna get right back in it anyway. Hey look, this is a judgment-free zone. Judge me not. Don't judge Tan. That's coming off of BuzzFeed. Of course, coming up, I got the inside scoop. A lot is going on in the capital city and surrounding areas, and have some pretty amazing people that we want to put on Front Street for all the right reasons. You know, we've been talking a lot about those who are on the front line fighting against this injustice. And I mention it time and time again to follow at Attorney Crump. Not only is he on the front line, but he is always about making positive change. And I noticed earlier this week, he joined the conversation stating that the fight against injustice is taking a turn out in Georgia, as they reportedly will set harsher punishments against those who commit hate crimes. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lesson to be learned through all of this. And you know, right now we're going to open the line of communication. We're going to learn to hear each other out and to understand. That's what we're looking for. We're looking to gain a greater understanding and bring a piece of peace to every household. I'm sitting here going through some of the news as well, and I have some questions that need answers. Because I like to find the hard stuff, but I also like to find the lighthearted stuff. Questions that need answers, because in these summer months, you're going to find that it's getting hot. And sometimes we want to make these decisions on behalf of the household, saying, don't touch my AC. I already told you, don't touch my thermostat. Just like I don't want you touching my radio. Well, questions that need answers. How many days can you go without cutting on the AC? And I'm thinking, none, because it depends. In Louisiana, not only is it hot, it's humid. It's humid and it's really hot. For those who are chimed in from Arizona, I can't imagine you saying you could go over a day, if at all possible. Well, around this time every year, a lot of us, we come face to face with that decision of, hey, you about to run my bill sky high, playing around with my electricity. But listen, it's important. According to a new survey, the average amount of days that we can take before the AC is cut on is 5 days. I want to know what states they got that from. 5 days? Okay, now here's the challenge. If you can do it, I want to hear from you. Like, where is the thermostat set in your house? Who's authorized to touch it? Because not everybody's home and everybody want to wear either a hoodie, somebody's hot, somebody's freezing. Who is authorized to touch your thermostat in your house? Now, those are the real questions that need answers. Don't you take that off of 69 degrees. You leave it like I said it. See, that's one of the problems in the households today. And nobody wants to talk about it. Also, with everybody being home with this COVID-19, we're noticing sales are skyrocketing on a lot of products. But this one might be extra in your pantry right now, and you're not even paying attention to it. Cereal. They said beforehand you weren't even focused on cereal, but now, since the kids are home, they're always snacking, nibbling on this, nibbling on that. You get them a box of their favorite sugary cereal and send them on their happy little way. Is it true? Because I can't even lie to you. I noticed that my mom, she has sent me boxes of cereal. Amazon Prime and pulled up a time or two, but let's just be clear. When she sends me cereal, it's not the cereal that I typically go in there and get. She sends me boxes of Total. I'm grateful for it. I understand that it's good for me. I need to get those nutrients from the Total, and I can't really find it in the grocery stores when I go. But she could add some stuff in there with some sugar too. I wouldn't be mad at it. According to the recent survey, people have been eating more cereal during the pandemic, specifically the sugary cereals. An industry report said that it's because the adults find that they need more sugar to help them get through the day. Kids find it as a comfort food, and it brings them joy and pleasure. Ain't nothing like some Fruit Loops when you feeling bad. Ain't nothing like some of them sugar smacks when you cramping. Do you hear me? Or is it just me? Possibly. Wait a minute. So the pandemic has officially brought back the drive-in. Drive-in movies? I'm not quite sure if I've seen any in our area. But, they're going by the CDC guidelines of the cars having to be at least 6 feet apart. I get that. 42% of people say that they plan to visit a drive-in movie this summer. It'd be kind of hard to select what movie though, right? Like, you don't get screen selection, whatever movie they're playing, because if you go to the movie theater, you get to tell them what time you want to watch which movie. They'll point you in which direction to go. But now, it's just, if we watch E.T., we're watching E.T. Pull up. So, I guess it is a nice outing and something to do. Yeah. Maybe. Don't forget to hit me up at LaTangela.com. While you're there, I have the inside scoop. I was telling you that Metro Health Baton Rouge, they're offering free HIV testing. I want you to know your stats. I also want you to join the conversation on erasing the stigmas. Knowing is everything, but implementing the information once we learn it, it's definitely a major plus. Now, they're at 950 East Washington, and of course, you can always hit them up on their Facebook page and get the information. I got more details coming up for you on that. And if you're missing football, if you are missing sports and you're trying to get back, we thought we were going to be a step closer, right? And now we're seeing all of these numbers spike up through different areas. People are having different feelings about should we tailgate, should we be in the stadiums. The players are thinking, should we be at practice, should we be on the field? Well, how about them boys? Yeah, America's self-proclaimed favorites. Okay, so the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans players are actually making headline news because some of their players have reportedly tested positive for coronavirus. Have you heard about this? Okay, so according to ESPN, because I don't have time to make this stuff up, a small number of Dallas Cowboys and Houston Texans players have actually tested positive for COVID-19, including Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott. Now, his agent says that he's fine though. He's fine. And I also noticed that he tweeted that he was not happy that his results were leaked. He actually went to Twitter, because you know, if you take it to Twitter and you start atting people, it's real. We're upset and you're going to know about it, and I am going to take action. He tweeted HIPAA, HIPAA. And I was like, what does that stand for? LOL, laugh out loud. LMAO, laughing my head. Okay. Shaking my head is SMH, but what is HIPAA? I'm trying to sound it out different ways. Well, come to find out, he was ipping at the people who reportedly leaked his information. HIPAA that he tweeted stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Okay, they're supposed to safeguard the privacy of your medical information. Well, how did we find this out if somebody was protecting what they needed to protect? Oh, these are real questions that need answers. So his agent did confirm that he's okay. Might be a little upset, but he is okay. And he's looking forward to whatever the season may hold, as we all are. It's unclear who the other players are, but we're wishing them a speedy recovery. And you know, none of the Cowboy players actually said that they were looking forward to winning this season, but it's okay. That's neither here nor there. Maybe this was the year of them to win that big game. Hey, look, coming up, I got the inside scoop as of how you can win some major prizes, and you know, log on to LaTangela.com. And look, also want to say thank you so much to Chris Isaac for coming on as an affiliate with NMORadio1.com. Be sure to log on and check them out. You can always catch up on the latest with the LaTangela Show podcast, and he has some of the most amazing old school. Something to put you in the mood, something to get you to grooving and rocking and rolling. Be sure to tell him that I gave him the shout out, because see, that's my people, right? Always got my back, and I appreciate you so much for that. Hey, look, you know, some of you folks are making headline news for all the wrong reasons. And I'm like, maybe you just deserve the time for being stupid. Like, that's got to be a crime in itself, right? Okay, so there's this guy who accidentally shot himself in the private and decided that he wanted to blame it on a homeless guy. And after further investigation, would you like to hear the story? Here you go. So a guy out in Oregon, let's take a quick field trip to Oregon. He went to the hospital with a gunshot wound here, his private area. He was very upset about that. He was in a lot of pain. They asked, hey, what happened? What is wrong? So then he went on to tell the officers and the emergency room employees that a homeless guy shot him. But the cops figured out that he'd accidentally shot himself after seeing the x-rays and after talking to the doctors and after further investigation. Because of the entry wound, it went straight down versus straight in and through, or however, if somebody else would have done this to him, right? Well, after further investigation, they noticed that 35-year-old Marcus D., we won't even expose his last name because the guy is already catching a hard enough time. They went through and they did the investigation, and later they found the gun used that shot him in his private, in his girlfriend's car. Then after further investigation, they realized that, hey, you know what? This man either shot himself or his girlfriend shot him, and he's covering. Well, he couldn't say that the gun was in his possession because Marcus wasn't allowed to have a gun because of prior records. Prior felony convictions. So he was just sentenced to 5 years and 9 months in prison for basically shooting himself in the private. Got to be more careful. Do you hear me? Got to be more careful. Whew. Sometimes you just got to look at it and be like, Well, it's a tough day for somebody. Golly, man. Hey, you know what? I like random research. And being the queen of random research, I wanted to see some of the benefits of getting older. Of course, we're getting wiser. Of course, you're getting flyer. Of course, maybe even some of those benefits are kicking in. Because you know, when you start talking about getting older, we start talking about these aches. Oh, my neck and my back. My knee's gonna hurt and it must be about to rain. Listen, I don't have time for that. So they conducted a survey of over 2,000 people that's over the age of 50 years old. And they wanted to ask, what are some of the benefits of getting older? Some of the benefits that you've experienced getting older. Okay, well, topping the list, they said more life experiences. So now you're making better decisions because you're wiser. I like it. Being comfortable in your own skin. True enough, 80% of them said that they are complaining about those wrinkles that they see coming in. Baby, that's not a wrinkle. That's a laugh line. You hear me? That's a laugh line. Don't call it a wrinkle. Don't call it a comeback. But now they're more comfortable in their own skin. Also making the top of the list of benefits after the age of 50, having a greater sense of gratitude. The things you once took for granted, now you're grateful for. More independence and freedom. Okay, especially if you retire at some point. And they said coming in on the top of the list of things that they're grateful for as they get older, you learn to let things go. Sometimes though things may be people, may be places, may be certain situations, but out of the 2,000 people over the age of 50 that they surveyed, they said learning to let things go is a benefit that they've gained after getting older. Okay, I like it. Some of these things I'm gonna try my best to catch on before I hit my 50 mark. Being more grateful, yeah, we like to give that some effort every day. Being more comfortable in your own skin, we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna give it a shot. Oh, wait a minute. I think this one is a survey for me. I'm scrolling through right now. Are games like Monopoly, chess, poker, Uno, and blackjack about skills or pure luck? Now see, not only am I the queen of random research, but I am the queen of Uno next to my mama. And I'm gonna say next to my mama because I think I was tormented as a child. We used to play game after game after game after game. And she would refuse to let me win. She would beat me so bad for so long and wouldn't let me go to bed until I won one. I'm talking about I'm up 3 o'clock in the morning crying because I just want to win and now I'm tired. And then she'll start playing songs like "We Are the Champions, my friend." And I'm like, really? I still hate that song to this very day for that very reason. But is it skill or just pure luck? I like to think that it's skill because I know how to hold on to my draw four, to my skip, to my reverse, and I know how to go with my move. Now, Monopoly, I'm going to get tired of that and just let you win because I'm not going to sit up here all day with that. Trouble, that's luck because you can't really control that 6 and that little bubble keep popping and popping and popping, and sometimes the board is just fixed. Yeah, but see, they had questions that needed answers, and when they asked people, is it skill or just luck, this is where it went. For chess, 82% say that the game is a skill, while 4% said that it's pure luck, and the rest just didn't know. Just didn't know. Checkers, 77% says that it's strictly skill, while 10% says it's luck. Scrabble. Now, it depends on which version of the game you're playing. Because if you had the hood version of Scrabble, I'm going to win that every single time. But right now, my words with friends in my Scrabble, yeah, most of that for me is luck. Oh, it is a word? Let's try that. 76% said that it's skill, while 9% says it's luck. Now, when it comes to poker, now if they're out here playing $3 million hands worth of poker, I'd like to think it's skill, because I don't want you getting up here gambling off the light bill, the mortgage, the fancy boats off luck. Well, for poker, 54% said it's strictly skill, while 28% says it's lady luck. Connect 4. Are we even playing that? Clue? No, we're not playing that. Monopoly, 42% says it's skill and 46% says it's luck. Now, when it comes down to Uno, The gloves are off. This is the one I've been waiting for. Uno, is it skill or is it luck? Is it luck or is it skill? According to the recent survey, 26% says it's skill, while 52% of you losers in Uno says it's luck. Look, I'm here to challenge you to Uno any day, anytime, and bring your own deck of cards. But what you're not going to do is come over here with your own homemade rules. We're not going to do that. We're not going to make up these rules as we go, because that's the problem. And that's how you start so many fights, lose so many friends behind that draw, fold, skip, reverse. You can't play all them cards at once. If they're in my hands, I play it however I skillfully choose. Okay? So you just sit here and prepare to lose. So moving forward, like I was saying, the survey was conducted by YouGov, and I just want to say thank you, YouGov, for clearing the air on that. Something else I want to clear the air on. I told you I got your chance to win some amazing prizes. Boop! My book, the fourth book, Poof! Power Over Obstacles Forever. It's available on my website, LaTangela.com, and of course it's also available on Amazon. But this is what I want you to do. Hit me up on the Twitter alert or drop me a line at LaTangela.com, hashtag TeaTimeWithTan, for your chance to win an autographed copy of my book, Poof! Power Over Obstacles Forever. Now, thank you so much for taking this time out of your schedule to hang out with me, to chit about this and chat about that. I really enjoy spending this time with you, and I look forward to it every week. I got to get out of here and do some more work, but next week, same time, same place. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Good night.
Going over all little stuff, sometimes with no kind of help. Digging through the soul to the core, knowing there's so much more than the blog posted right in front of you. Got me praying, asking God, now what we gon' do? People stressing me, got the devil out here just vexing me. I'm trying to rep the yo, tell them let me be. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. While I'm singing and rhyming and rapping and humming like they never seen it coming. Skipping to the beat of my own drumming, yo, they can't tell me nothing. Positive vibes only, or I'd rather sit here lonely. Shout out to the ones who never gave up on me while I'm singing and rhyming and rapping and humming like they never seen it coming. Skipping to the beat of my own drumming, yo, they can't tell me nothing. I'm not fighting for attention, I'm my own competition. Yeah, I'd rather sit here lonely.
I'm so glad we've had this time together. I can see the end of the road. Can't you? I'm so glad we've had this time together. Hello? I can see the end.